Every yard, every hit, every second. It's earned out here. This game demands more than just skill. It demands fuel. The right fuel. Because out here, it's not just about how hard you work. It's about how long you keep going. When the game gets real, drink bottle still.
Welcome in, welcome back. The OUA regular season is here. Connor O'Neill, Wade Zanketta. Dude, I am excited for week one in the province of Ontario. It's finally here. We are done the season previews. Thank you to everybody that joined us on those, all the coaches, all the players. Those are a lot of fun to do. We look forward to those every year. But what we look forward to possibly even more than our chats is hyping up week one of the regular season of the OUA. And dude, I feel like any one of these games could have been our marquee matchup this week.
1,000%. And we even debated no, it's this game, no, it's that game. And I always lean to old four matchup between two of the most storied programs in the country. And we're going to start right there because it's the one I'm going to be at. It's the one right in our backyard. Connor, it is Queens and Western. And when we look at this game, it is hungry teams that have to have one of their toughest matchups of the season right out of camp. And I know Carlton did some inter squad. I know Western did not. We'll see how these teams kind of look in the week one with all the butterflies and the game ops and situations and stuff like that. But Connor, this is two veteran teams at certain spots and also teams that are dealing with some big changeover and loss of pieces. Like Queens, this D line is going to be hungry. Like Ollie Jackson is the name that everybody's talking about, but they've got 4, 5, 6 guys in a row that Coach Taggart has flying around in training camp. And conversely, like we're all talking about, like, oh my God, like they lost Hubert, they lost Darian, like they lost some big time guys, Van Wishart. Um, Western though, it seems like all we're talking about is this guy's back and that guy's back and he's back and they're back and look at this team is loaded with fifth years. I think Western's going to be ready to go in this one, but God darn it, is Queens going to put up some kind of fight?
Did you put it best in some of the early things that we were talking about this season? And I am very afraid of an angry G Marsh team. I think those Western Mustangs are going to be absolutely firing out the gate. But one of the games that I am super excited for, and I think, it's tough to bury the lead on this one because there's so many darn good games, but Keegan Hall, the biggest transfer in the OUA this season, the new starting quarterback for the York Lions, and he is taking on his former team in week one. We got the York Lions against the McMaster Marauders at home, Alumni Field in Toronto. And we talked to Dexter Janke, and his team is ready to go. A star-studded team, a great offseason, a ton of very talented recruits. And I truly think that York has the stuff to be a contender, a
Playoff
what do I
threat.
want to see? A playoff threat. Thank you for giving me the words here when I was too excited to find them. But darn it, if I do not think the York Lions are going to be ready to go in this game. And I also think, and you said it when we talked to Coach Janke, the McMaster Marauders are going to be a team desperate for a win. So to me, this is going to be one of those games where teams are scrapping, are clawing, are playing hard, tough nosed football. So I am very excited. The 1 p.m. kickoff to kick off the OUA season. It's the first game, and you bet your bottom that I am going to be on OUA TV watching this one on Saturday.
All right, Connor, the third of the potential marquee matchups that we really talked about is the defending Yates Cup champions. And no, they are not opening the season at home. They are actually on the road playing against a team that I think is going to be phenomenal this year. They certainly have all the pieces, the coaching staff, the Guelph Griffins, and the new logo, the new jerseys, which we're going to get to see this upcoming weekend. are going to be so cool. The atmosphere is always good in Guelph. They have such a good fan base around. But Connor, for Laurier, a lot of returning pieces, especially on the defensive side, are going to make this game very tough. Mateo Laquintana had his coming out party in the playoffs. I don't think there's any chance he slows down this year. But offensively, you lose Raiden Thorne, and of course you lose Taylor Elgersma, who is crushing it in the preseason right now with the Green Bay Packers. Those are big holes to fill. Luckily, we saw how good Ryan Hughes could be last year for the Golden Hawks. We also have a transfer quarterback in Callum Wither coming up from the Ohio Bobcats. I know you don't like schools in that state, Connor, but he is a
Hey,
Canadian
they're not
kid.
wearing scarlet. We're okay. We're okay.
On the other side, Tristan Aboud, Willem Arsenault, the plethora of running backs that are in Guelph are there and ready to go. They've got a few transfers on the defensive side that are going to help out. They've got some big name recruits. They've got a lot of veteran fourth and fifth year guys, kind of like what we talked about in the Western Mustangs. So I think that Guelph could come out fast. I think that Laurier is going to be stout defensively. I would not be shocked if this was a low scoring rock fight, but it's not going to be without of offense. It's going to be because of how good these defenses are that offenses are going to be forced to settle deep in the red zone. And it's going to be who takes that chance, how does that come out for that offense if they decide to go for it on 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2 in the red zone. Um, I'm excited to see these two teams. I think this is the first of two matchups that we're probably going to see from these guys. Uh, this is a heavyweight week one that we've got in the OUA. No better way to kick it off, but we've got two more games involving both of our alma maters. Let's talk about them.
Yeah, I'll take mine. You can take yours. We got a doubleheader at 4 p.m. here. The Ottawa GGs heading to Waterloo to take on those Warriors, and your Toronto Varsity Blues heading to my former neck of the woods to take on the Carlton Ravens. I'll start it off. Ottawa, Waterloo. We've heard it with Coach Burt. Youth movement going on in Waterloo, but a youth movement that he is very confident with, and a lot of veteran talent there to help those young guys get ready to go play some OUA football. Nick Orr was the OUA East West quarterback, or one of the East West quarterbacks, and had a very admirable showing at that game. And he's got a lot of darn talented players around him to help him make some plays. That backfield is certainly electric, headlined by Miller and Springer. Ottawa, dude, if they don't have one of, if not the best running back in the OUA in Charles Asselin and Josh Jansen, who we just talked to on the Ottawa OUA preview, they are ready to go. They are ready to fight. And man, we know that Coach JV with the Ottawa GGs always brings the tenacity, has an aggressive defense. They're going to get after the ball, losing some key pieces to graduation, CFL looks, whatnot. But this GG team is looking like they're going to be firing on all cylinders. And I think it's going to be a very exciting game. I think the GGs are going to come out firing. I think Waterloo has a brand new identity that they have adopted. And we heard that again. We heard that in the chat with Coach Burt. They're excited, man. These two teams are ready to go. I think they're going to play some head-to-head, hard-nosed football. I'm excited for that one, especially watching, I got to be excited for watching one of my alma mater go at it, right?
Now we'll look on the other end of the province, my alma mater, Toronto, heading all the way to the nation's capital to take on the Carlton Ravens. And, we don't know which quarterback we're going to see. And Coach Corey Grant always likes to hold those cards very close to his chest. Whether it is LaFave, whether it is Elijah Barnes, the lefty, we know that they are uber talented at that quarterback position. The other big piece, Matt Morin back running the ball. You got guys like Tristan Reddy that is going to take the top off of the defense. Connor, I am very excited to see what Carlton looks like this year. Biggest question is going to be in the trenches and kind of changing over bodies, guys in and out. But skill position wise, defensively, I think Carlton's going to be an exciting team. As for Toronto, kind of the same mind of Waterloo, where young rebuilding team that's got some veteran leadership in key spots. They're going to be hungry though, and you heard Coach Da talk about how much they have to really play the mental game all season long. And I think that it's going to start here in week one where they can really take advantage of a team without much film on them. We'll see how Toronto does in a long road game, but Carlton having the home opener, Barnes, Lefebvre, who knows? Who cares? They're both going to do just fine, whatever one plays all season long, or if it's a mix of them, they'll still be good. So I'm excited to see Carlton, excited to see Toronto, excited to see all 10 OUA teams back in action. Windsor with the week one bye, but they'll be back next week, and so will we to recap all the exciting games that happened from this upcoming week.
Make sure you catch the action, of course, on OUA.tv. Excited for some week one action, excited for OUA football to return. And of course, if you're dehydrated, if you need a boost, if you need something a little extra on the sideline, drink BioSteel. Come on now, stay right, get hydrated. I'm prepping for a half marathon. You know I'm ingesting BioSteel like crazy. Drink BioSteel. Come on now.